It's funny. Everything I did in school at that time was coming out of the canvas. I let the images out, authorized them, and there they were. Now, in retrospect, I look back and I can see all kinds of things, but at the time, they were just images. They came out. And now I'm even a little embarrassed about them. Oh my God, what was I showing the world? Many of those paintings, I wouldn't want anyone to see them now. If I had seen them that way back then, I probably would have erased them. But I didn't. I was living through an exorbitant anxiety and intensity. Of course, at that time I had private tutors. That encouraged me. Yes, they encouraged me. But it was me who painted the works. I can't deny responsibility for my work. I was in that position. I achieved it. I did the work and I received the response that allowed me to keep going. The work was and is the result of all that. The thing is, at that time I had no idea what these images meant or the symbolism they carried. Very often people refer to, Romanesque painting, for example. When I started school back in London, I didn't even know that there were such frescoes in Catalonia. It was because of the comments that I became interested and I started looking for them. But many of the things that emerged were purely from the subconscious, and 3/4 of them, or even the vast majority, I had not the slightest idea where they came from or what they were. It seemed like they worked, there was a movement, there was color and imagery, and so I allowed them to stay. I think that was the problem I faced when I went to Holland, because the head of the English school told me, "I'm not sure if going to Holland is the best thing for you." But I was determined to go, and so I went. And at the academy, they crucified me. Yes, for all those images from the subconscious. The first head of the academy was very enthusiastic because he had a mindset similar to the people from the London school. But when the Belgian minimalists replaced him, they started expelling students. That man had a big chip on his shoulder. And again, there was the personal thing and the professional thing. And because I had an affair with that well-known Dutch painter who was the genius of Amsterdam at the time, the head of studies despised me. He saw me as the Latin woman, a Carmen, disrupting the Calvinist pathways of the country. Perhaps being a close friend of the famous painter's girlfriend, he felt the need to defend her. Although when I started dating Henk, their relationship was already in shambles. Curiously, it was Dirk who introduced him to me during a school party, but he didn't tell me he was a professor. Henk was an alcoholic. The fact is that until the arrival of the Belgian, I had a lot of support from the academy. It was like a continuation of the London school. But suddenly, the academy turned against me. They really crucified me. And although it was extremely painful, they made me aware of many things and made me question the values with which the English professors in London had pampered me. According to the Dutch, there was too much in my paintings. They were too full. Then they challenged my colors. To them, I was simply exploiting the Mediterranean light. The blacks and reds were obvious for folklore. They didn't say it in those words, but I could see in their eyes that they meant blood and bulls. Where was I amid all this commotion? They really crucified me. But on the other hand, that was quite exciting in a way. I found myself in a position where I was the victim, and that gave me energy to keep going. Well, of course, it either did that or it would kill you.